Okay, 6/14/16 garden update. And a quick note about the previous video. I said the date was 5/14/16. That's not correct. It's 6/14/16. Anyways, garden's huge compared to last time. I haven't made an update in a while. The jalapeno used to be a little guy, now just a big ass plant. The spicy pepper is still kind of small, but lots of flowers. It's gotten bigger. Stake him up and starting to ripen up a little bit over here. On this guy, the yellow cherry, I already had a few off of him. Very tasty. Eggplants have gotten massive. And even the weakling one that's hidden back here is doing really well. And gotten so big that I have to use stuff to hold them back so the tomato can get a little bit of light. This is a little cherry tomato, huge producer. If you pick them somewhat early, like when they're just orange versus red, they have a good amount of acidity, nice flavor, at least I think. But if I let them sit too long and get really ripe, they're too sweet for my taste. I like them a little bit to have a bit of a kick to them. Watermelon, and already has some bloom on them. Here's another part of him. Here's another tomato doing really well. This one actually had a problem with some leaf curls, curling, so I had to take off a bunch of leaves, and this thing is still standing in its green. About a week since I've done it. Maybe it's been a bit longer. But the one that was beside it, I think it's not the same root. Looks like it's taken over. It's gotten very large and has some nice flower buds coming out. Cucumbers over the garden. They're everywhere, growing through all the other plants. And it's hard to see, but in there is a little cucumber. I don't know if I can see it on the camera, but it's only about 1.5 inches long, but doing really well. Down here, this one might actually be easier to see. Where is that little guy? There it is. Different variety. I'm not sure which one's which yet. One's supposed to be short, the other one's supposed to be long. German Queen's getting pretty large here. This guy is doing really well. And then I have the, where's that one? Down here, yep, Black Prince. He's doing good. Has one tomato. Let's see if I can get the phone in there. See purple, and I'm not familiar with those. I'm being cautious and just gonna, letting him get really ripe. Where'd he go? There's the camera. There's the camera. So there's another one beside him that's starting to get ripe too. Now the debut had a lot of problems. So he's still like super tiny. Here he is. That's compared to the rest of them, he's like maybe 1/4 of the size. But most of the leaves that were originally there before the transplant have died off, or ones. And while I wasn't sure if he was going to make it, I transplanted a couple of the other tomatoes, or the suckers, just stuck them in the ground, and they seem to be taking off pretty damn good. And I think those came off of this one. Is, if I can find the tag, Mr. Stripey, if I remember correctly. So those two, if they get big enough this season, I have 3 Mr. Stripey tomatoes. I'd say, oh, another big update. The apple tree was doing horribly out in the sun. Leaves were curling and dying back. Let me show you, see, this guy here, and this, all the new growth was just doing. So I stuck them in here between the boxes with the vegetables, and it gets lots of shade from the watermelon and the cucumber. The new leaves are looking really healthy. It's just he put them out recently since I transplanted them. It's gotten much taller since like below my finger. This is all new growth. And this just happened here maybe within the last 2 weeks or so. Very happy with how that's going. Put him back underneath his shade. So yeah, there's something freaky with this sun out here. It's like extra burns the hell out of everything, including myself. And I don't know if it's because the it's closer here or the ozone's thinner, or I don't know, but it makes me sick when it comes out when it's really hot. Like if it's over 20 degrees, I get sick. And the onions are chugging along. Not doing too great, but that's because they're stuck in little half-gallon containers. Hopefully, within a week or so, I'll be able to stick them in the ground and let them really grow and go to seed. So next year I can have some onion seed. These tomatoes are starting to ripen. And these guys are, let me see. Ding, ding, ding. Come on. Chocolate sprinkle. So this is going to be interesting to try out. The flavor is in here. Where is he? I can't see the screen, but I think I got him. Yep, it's starting to ripen right there. Kind of. That's not the one that's ripening. The one that's ripening is actually hiding behind the stalk, but okay, you can kind of see him. Have lots of flowers on him. And I think I already said I had to stick stuff in here to hold the leaves back so the tomato can get a little bit of light. But yeah, these things need to go in separate containers, like much bigger ones, very soon. Because I'm hoping to be out of here in about a week. Then I'll be able to do much better for these plants.